Hi there, this is Michele Ho Lung, and I'm so happy to have you here tonight with me for the Sparkle Experience Show, the start of season two. Season one started August 6th, 2023. So here we are, and this is where we're going to try something new this year because I came across on episode 20 an incredible proven technology that can change your life and the life of those in your family and who you work with too, because this beautiful technology, it's UV cold oxygen plasma technology. It is something that I'm just amazed at because it can bring safety and just that peace of mind into your life, because this technology, it sterilizes your air and the surfaces around you. And so what it is this season is that on each of the episodes we're going to be covering with special contributor Ron Levinson, CEO of UVC Health Solutions. We're going to be covering all the different aspects of how this cold plasma technology can help you to be having a better, safer environment at home and at work. And so in season one, we had a few special guests who shared their nuggets of wisdom, and Ard and Camille Varinel joined us today. Ron Levinson is here with us tonight, and the recording wasn't started on time, so we're going to catch him as he talks about cold oxygen plasma, what it's all about. I'm so happy that Ron is here with me to share this beautiful technology with all of you out there in the world. And so stay tuned here. He is.
I was born in Los Angeles, California. From a very young age, I had hay fever, but I developed what they call rheumatic fever. My immune system was compromised. My allergies, I used to suffer so much you have no idea. I kind of discovered all this by accident. That's too much of a story to tell. But from the day I used it, along with a lot of other people, I have had no allergy issues whatsoever. What cold plasma sterilization does, this seeks and destroys. You got to understand, this technology's been used for years in sterilization, like computer chips. It's the fastest, strongest, safest form known to man. It eliminates anything toxic. What it does is anything that's allergies come from many, many different sources, and 98% of it comes from within the home. All of it comes mainly from your home, because your home has so many different toxins in it. They cannot ever tell which one is creating what unless you spend a lot of money and do tests. Well, this process seeks and destroys. Now, anything I'm telling you, I can back up. It's been certified. So there's articles and articles and articles where this is literally the future of medicine. I call it the new necessity of life, because once one of these are in your atmosphere, it is sterilizing everything 24/7. It seeks and destroys. It goes through your whole home. It takes, from the time you plug it in, it could take a week to 4 weeks for it to penetrate every atmosphere in your home. First things you see, no more odor. It eliminates all and any odors. Now, where allergies come from is what they call off gassing. Every product in your home, when they made the product, had some form of chemicals in it. The dust you see in your air is called particulate matter. Okay, this is what science is already, it's been all over the news. This is what's killing people. Okay, because in that particulate matter, all these fine particles, they're like a little miniature sponge that soaks up all different toxins, and then you breathe it in through your nasal passages and your lungs. Well, first of all, once you have one of these units, the actual process is 2.5 times heavier than air. You will see no more dust in your air. Okay. What happens sooner or later, you find no more smell to your shoes. All the odor is gone. It will never grow mold. Now, we had Pam on last podcast. It eliminated her radon issue. Okay. One of the number one undiagnosed issues in the world that's creating allergies and all different things is mold. 90% of structures have some form of mold. There's over 200 different forms of mold. This process will never let mold grow to start with. If you
You
have mold,
showed us a piece of cheese that you had the last time.
I can grab that. I have a chunk of cream cheese that's been sitting on my shelf for a year right now, and there's absolutely no mold on it. These are things people will see. Now, the claims that numerous people that have been using it for years, their sinus is cleared up. It heals wounds. Now, NASA uses this for wound healing. It heals wounds faster. Uh, they actually use this for killing cancer cells. I just sold one to Pam's mother who has COPD, severe COPD, taking 2 to 3 breathing nebulizer treatments a day. She hasn't had to take one treatment from the day she plugged her machine in, and now it's been going on a month, and she'll be on here. Okay. Her radon issue, there's another issue. Most people don't understand radon. They don't even know the term. Well, radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer in the world next to smoking. Radon comes from the ground. It creates a gas. It's very dangerous. Pam had issues in her basement. It was running at a very high number between 3 and 4, which is deadly. It's now down to 0.2. That's how low it is. I do have those gauges where she sends me an update all the time. So that's how it eliminates allergies. Any allergen that's in the air is coming off of either your dust, the furniture, the toxins. It's all airborne. You can't see it, just like you can't see a virus. So it's neutralizing it in less than a second. Now, to talk about viruses, and anybody that's skeptical, I can send them all kinds of information to validate anything I'm telling you. We only have so much time, so I can't get into everything on this particular show. But this process, it sterilizes you, your lungs, everything else. I have not been sick literally from the day I got 18 years, not a cold, not a sniffles, not a sore throat, not a flu. Okay. My nasal passages, I can breathe. My I hate to use this term, but my phlegm, because it's treating your lungs. I've saved people's lives already with this, literally. In fact, Carl, who's sitting on it, Carl was involved with me from day one, and he helped build the first website, and he helped actually with Amber. They got these installed in a nursing home in Texas where they installed 30 units that were being overrun with COVID. It stopped the COVID spread in 48 hours. Gentleman was in there dying with pulmonary fibrosis, saved his life. I put him in rooms where men were going to hospice to die. It saved their life. Like say, they now you can find online all different types of cold plasma instruments they use for killing cancer. They use this when they open somebody up and they cut away the cancer and they can't get everything around the edges. They go over it with the cold plasma like a ballpoint pen that shoots like a laser light. It kills the cancer cells but doesn't affect the good cells. Now science is now proven. I think I've now, Michele, I sent Michele a lot of documentation to back up everything I'm telling you. So she's seen these facts from scientific articles, but it's been proven how it boosts your immune system, how it can actually reverse cognitive issues. It boosts blood flow. It helps your stem cells. There's so much more to it than people can realize because cold plasma is your fourth state of matter. Once one of these are in your atmosphere, you're breathing this in 24/7. So when you go out, you go shopping, it takes time to get a cold or a flu because the germs either in your nasal passage or in your lungs takes time to get in your bloodstream. When you come home and breathe this plasma air that's in your actual whole environment now, it's sterilizing your nasal passage and your lungs. It goes with airflow. It seeks and destroys. I tell people, open all your closet doors, even your refrigerator. It will get rid of smells.
So, Ron, just to ask a question though, we have a lot of people who have allergies right now. What were some of the symptoms you were having before you discovered this unit?
My nose used to run literally like a faucet. They used the term hay fever, which is allergies. During this, I I would sneeze so much. One time I almost passed out from sneezing over a half hour. My nose, I was on Claritin. I was on all these medications for allergies, and you know how they make you drowsy and stuff. My allergies were just severe, but because of the my immune system being compromised with the rheumatic fever, I also get sick a lot. I had bronchitis all the time. I had sinus infections. I don't have that anymore.
So the thing I'm seeing is that, it might sound like this a lot of people will go around and they'll say, well, I don't want to spend this, I don't want to spend that because I'm tough. I can manage, and I don't want to spend that money on this thing or that, but they'll go out and they'll have fun. And for me, I'm listening to you and I'm saying, okay, so it sounds simple, it's just allergies. But then if you have
Yeah,
allergies, it
but it's
weakens your
more than that.
immune system. It weakens your immune system, then you have your susceptibility to other things. And then it also affects your energy level. It affects your ability to think, because if you can't, you're feeling tired, then sometimes your brain gets foggy and all that stuff. So, you know, I've spoken to a few people already and about the unit. I'm so excited, and they go, "Well, I don't really need it. I don't have allergies." And so for me, it's really pointing out here that you may think you don't have a reaction, but what if? Like, how do all of these pollutants in the air, the volatile organic chemicals, uh, that are compounds that are out there, how does that accumulate? Do you have any data on that? Like,
Well, yeah,
is there
science is proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. I don't have time, but last year, 7 million people died prematurely from air pollution. This eliminates all air pollution because people don't realize every disease known to man is coming from chemical toxins from within your home. Every product in your home is called off gassing, okay? And it lasts forever. So what happens is that's why they're called volatile organic compounds. They're mixing. In your home, you probably have a couple hundred different chemicals coming from your electronics, your clothing, your carpeting, all your furniture, all your toys, anything with plastics have phthalates in it. All the plastics today is what's creating autism in children. Cold plasma eliminates all that. It will save your life. It eliminates and neutralizes carbon monoxide, propane, mustard gas, cyanide. It's all on the website. In fact, I sent you some articles. You'll see a list. Now, the company that I represent, they've been around 30 years. They've been endorsed by every major laboratory in the world. I have all the documentation. Their testing has been done, not what they call shoebox testing, but in hospital wards and clinics and auditoriums and stuff like that. So there's all the valid technology that I can prove to people what this does. It can literally save your life. Remember this thing. You're never sick till you're sick. Hi,
That's
Carl.
right. And that's a thing
You
that
know,
people tend to lose sight of, just when they're going about life, is they lose sight of the things that they may not realize is impacting them until it hits.
well, because no one's here's the issue. Now, I've been studying this for 18 years and I didn't get involved in a business. You can pull up articles how you're being affected by chemicals and VOCs. There's several names for the same thing: carcinogenics, toxins, VOCs, or pollutants. It's all the same thing. They'll talk about how it's destroying your immune system, your nervous system, your endocrine system, and they have no solution for it. I have the only solution in the world. This is literally the only solution because all these toxins are neutralized. You will have them no more in your home. Okay. Now, just like Pam, she has that detector that shows the radon levels are non-existent almost. So that's what it does. I mean, it eliminates anything that can make you sick. That's why I've been sick in years. So someone that buys one unit, I offer a money back guarantee. Number one, they never ask for their money back. There's more to it than we have time to discuss this time. But we also make them for the cars too. People don't understand cars are creating cancer in people. The foams, the plastics, that new car smell is all chemicals, all chemicals. So when people just don't understand what's affecting their life, 1 out of 2 people today get cancer. That's the new scientific facts. Number one cause of cancer to women is breast cancer. There's articles talk about how this will, and it's the breast cancer is coming from the pollutants, carcinogenics, and toxins. They found babies that are born with hundreds of chemicals in the umbilical cord already. This is the mother passing it on in utero.
I
So
read
it,
an article from one of the articles you sent, and it was saying they did a test of people at a conference, and they 97% of the people were breathing out
you bring
VOCs
that,
out of
yes.
their
They,
system, right? They're breathing it out because it's inside of them. And I'm thinking, okay, so I go to all these big conferences and huh, that's not really a nice picture to be,
well, I'm
seeing
kind
that
of glad
all
you
this
brought
stuff
that up
coming
because
out.
now that's what medicine has. They have what they call breath biopsies. When people breathe out, they know exactly what chemicals are in their system that's creating these issues. You know, just like there's certain things like people don't understand. All your electronics have fire retardants chemicals in there when you heat it up. Well, they found this toxin in everybody's bloodstream already. This is what they attribute as one of the causes of autism. It really goes on and on and on what's affecting the world. They call the world a chemisphere.
Well, this is why I'm so excited about this product. And I see this. I like to go, so my background. I'm
Right.
the quality process person, put in systems for ISO and things like that, right? So the thing that excites me is that I like to get to root cause. So we're not quite getting there because to get to root cause would be just stop producing everything that releases the VOCs, to
Well,
stop
there's certain
using, you
things
know.
that will never change.
But that will never change. So the next step is
Right.
then how do you protect your space, and that space, your
Th-
haven, your home? How do you protect the place you work in or you stay in for 24, 8 hours of the day when you're at work? And that little car one you just showed is a nice unit that you could unplug, I think I heard you say.
Yeah,
Unplug it from your car.
yes. Yeah, it's a 12 volt. In fact, the whole systems are 12 volts, so you can actually take and plug it in your office on your desk at work too. Yeah, so we make a unit. We also make a unit where I do restoration work. This unit's called the Power Zone. This unit here, I can sterilize 15, 20,000 square feet within a couple hours just by setting a timer and walking. That's the power of, there's two names for it, cold oxygen plasma or cold atmospheric plasma. People don't understand air purifiers do nothing. They're a waste of money. All they do is drain you out because they want you to buy filters and stuff. They're fine if you live in a closet, literally. Okay. One of these units will penetrate your whole atmosphere. Michelle, you have one coming. You're going to see what it's going to do for you. And I tell people what to check for and what to
Well,
look
I'm
at.
I'm looking forward to it because we've had to deal with a lot of forest fires the last few years, and you try and get it out of the carpet and out of the drapes and blinds, et cetera, et cetera. But it's almost an impossible task. Plus, you're always adding stuff in, and there's another thing for allergies is that even the products that we're using to try and clean the cleaning products, they have
They're the
are
worst.
they're the
They're
worst
the
thing.
worst.
Even the ones that are green have the
Or
volatile organic compounds.
organic does not mean it's not toxic.
So
That's what people understand.
this is just it's I knew about this from before, but I didn't have a way to solve the problem before. Like I knew about the volatile organic compounds. I knew about the formaldehyde, the benzene, all that coming off of stuff in the house and in the car, etc. But before this, I mean, I'd go out and I'd buy spider plants, I'd buy the mother-in-law's the snake plant because those are known to cleanse the atmosphere of those because it takes it in and gets rid of it. However, there's hundreds
There's
of
hundreds.
chemicals and there's hundreds on the list that have already been tested by
No,
and seen.
that's a fallacy. There's less than 1% of chemicals that have ever been tested.
Okay, but
Less.
I saw a lot. What I'm talking about is a list I saw of what is proven to
Oh
be
yeah, yeah.
destroyed by the cold or oxygen plasma.
Well, you're only seeing a partial list too. I mean, the list is endless, really. They don't have room to publish all because keep in mind this killed the coronavirus in 0.44 of a second. It kills all viruses in less than a second. It even kills drug-resistant bacteria. So people just can't, it's hard to imagine the power that cold plasma uses and that it produces. They've used this in food industry for years for extended shelf life for perishables. It eliminates salmonella, E. coli, any of that type of thing. It neutralizes in less than a second. So
So I
I,
guess a question going back to the topic of this today's show, it was about allergies. What can we do about allergies? What do we need to know that we didn't know about allergies? So we've kind of gone the back end. We've come at what is a solution. We
this will
haven't.
eliminate all allergies.
So,
Basically, all allergies come from within the home. Anything that's being permeated in there that you're breathing, this takes out of the air. If it's toxic, it kills. It neutralizes. If it's just dust in the air, it takes all dust out of your air. When you get it and you run it, while I tell people take a flashlight and shine it at your hand, you see how pure your air is. You see no more dust particles. When you see the dust floating in your light stream, you will have that no more. So
uh,
any allergies, will be literally cleared up. It takes time, depending on how deep seated it is. That doctor that was online with us last time, Donna, she bought one and she's still using it. But I talked to her after a week, and her sinuses were clearing up. She had skin lesions that were healing. She's not ready to give a testimonial yet because she wants to see it further. Her breathing, because she had virus issues. We don't know if it was allergies, were starting to get better. So it takes time, depending how deep seated and how long you've had it. Carl's been using it for some time. Carl, tell your experience with it since you had it. Now, I met Carl almost 5 years ago when I first started doing this. So, and not only that, I'm going to tell you how committed Carl is. We wrote a book. Carl and we wrote a book on the subject of cold oxygen plasma. God, it's so hard. I don't know if you can see it or not.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, people need to know about this technology because it's not sold in stores. There's absolutely no way, as I tell people, to explain this technology on a box. They confuse it with an air purifier. And here's another issue for the people listening in. All these air purifier companies lie. They throw the word plasma around like crazy. Okay, plasma wave, plasma this, plasma that, because the UVC bulb inside that air purifier that they're gouging on has a plasma bulb, a UVC bulb. That's where they call it plasma. Okay, this nothing in the world could do what this does, and I can give anybody facts that they want me to pass on to them. So, Carl, tell your experience that you had with it.
Well, the most remarkable experience involved a cat box that was in the worst shape I ever saw a cat box in. And as an experiment, we used the product to see if we could if what would happen. And I'm telling you, I don't like saying how bad it smelled, but it went away in 2 minutes using this thing. I couldn't believe it. And we've been doing lots of research on the quality of the product to make sure that I was being involved in a project that was authentic and realistic and delivering what it was supposed to deliver. And I have done tons and tons of research and found pretty incredible. I'm a product designer, and I'm so surprised that this product exists on a consumer level. In this example, it's used all over the world in really industrial settings. They use it to clean computer chips before they print them with fancy metal stuff. And they use it in cancers, and they use it all over the place. Goodness sakes, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm a little nervous.
Don't be nervous.
So Carl, when you did you said the smell went away in 2 minutes. Is that when you turned it on, it went away that fast, or where did
Yes.
you have the
If
unit
it's
in
next to the
relationship
if
with
it's
it?
next to a cat box, it will,
You
but
put
it
it right
takes
beside the
long.
cat box when
Well,
you
right
turned it
beside, I
on.
put it right beside me.
You put it
And
beside you.
yes, I
It's
don't
a
know. I
small
was
room.
sitting uncomfortably close to this cat box. So it was my experiment.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you turned it on, you had the cat litter beside you, and then the smell went away in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know that the way I picture it is you have to give the unit time, depending on the space, the size of the space you're using it in,
Uh,
because the plasma is generated by the unit, and
Unless
then
it's right next to it, though, it's gonna
yeah, yeah. So I got that. So what I'm just
it
understanding,
yeah.
I'm just talking about the unit itself. So when I get it for my house, then it's not gonna be instantaneous in every part of the house because it has to
No,
travel. So it has to build up a volume. It's like a balloon. you get it to generate, you turn it on, it generates all this nice plasma, and then if you keep your space with the doors and windows shut, that's probably a good thing because then it can accumulate and get some concentration within the space. And then after that, after it's built up enough, then you can start to open up and allow the, because then as it's on, it will replenish the plasma leaving, right?
Yeah, well, Carl was in an office, so it was only a couple hundred square feet.
Okay. Because
So
in a
that
house, it's a
was,
lot bigger and you have corners, you have levels.
yeah. No, I have a cat. I have two cats in the cat box. I have no cat box odor. In fact, when people come visit me, I use that as my dog and pony show. I ask them what they smell because behind the cat box is a whole basket full of the cat stuff that's uncovered and there's no smell to it. So that usually shows kind of people, but
Right,
you'll
right,
see different things. Different people discover different
right.
things. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah. So anyways, let's just talk. So I think we should just move on a little bit because we still have to do the sparkle
go for it.
show,
Right.
and then I want to start and want to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about how much these units are. Where do you get them and how much are
Well,
they?
Well, Michelle's my affiliate distributor there in Canada, so she can help you. But how big is there's 4 different physical, they're all the same size, but there's different strengths. How many square feet is your place?
I have a kind of a linear apartment of 800 square feet.
Okay, so that would be a unit for up to 1,000 square feet. We sell those at $599 plus the shipping and stuff. Those retail out for a whole bunch more than that. We want people to use them, so they're not that, and there's no maintenance. There's no filter.
So let me ask you another question. I live in Berkeley, California, and it happens to be a dusty place. I live right across from the Golden Gate Bridge in the Pacific Ocean, and dust blows right in from China and India and Russia right to my apartment, and there's dust in here a lot. All the time there's dust. I've given up on dusting. It's really bad. I have a lot of dust here. So what's the story on how would that help me if I have my windows? By the way, just to let you know, my windows are permanently frozen open.
Well, you're really going to want to be frank with you, you should, because the plasma will still build up in there, but you want to have kind of a sealed atmosphere to start with. But it will take the dust out of the air. See, the actual process is 2.5 times heavier than air. So that's why it takes the dust out of the air. If there's any toxins in it, it kills it, but nothing will be left in the air. It's not like it eats it up. You're going to have to do dusting. Doesn't get rid of that chore, but it takes the dust out of the air so you can't breathe it, because that's what's hurting you. That dust in the air is particulate matter. You can read about that. In fact, I used to live right down the coast from you in San Luis Obispo. In fact, I used to spend a lot of time in San Francisco in that area too. So I know your area well, so look at this is life preventative situation. Like I say, as we get on, I'm going to be 80 years old. I just turned 78 years old, and I haven't been sick in years. I don't have an ache or pain in my body. But not only that, and I showed Michelle also stuff, there's anti-aging benefits to it. They use this in spas and stuff because it eliminates wrinkles. I have no wrinkles in my age. So, I mean, there's so much more to what the cold atmospheric plasma in your atmosphere does for you. It will regenerate your immune system. It boosts your immune system. Think about this: when you go to the hospital and they put an oxygen mask on you and you're getting that full oxygen getting in your bloodstream. Now you're getting something supersized. You're getting something that's going in your bloodstream that is literally boosting it. So, I mean, it's preventative from getting sick. And I've had numerous people that buy them after the fact, pneumonia, had COVID, they get better in a day or two because it treats your lungs. It's going in, you're breathing this air. You're breathing it every day. I've been breathing it. I haven't shut my machine off in 18 years. 18 years.
And this
my
is really,
right hand to God, I've been sick in 18 yeyears.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ron, but really the only consumer level product of this technology at all anywhere. I looked and looked and looked and looked, and you can buy one for a factory for like $4,000 or $5,000, but nothing. There's nobody else delivering that technology in a consumer product at all.
Well, this
Very
wasn't
remarkable.
designed for the home. These were designed for commercial use to begin with. I'm
Yeah.
very fortunate to discover it, to be honest with you. They make many products. They make units that'll do 1 million square feet for these hotels and places and the hospitals and stuff. They're a global company. They're around the world, you know. But there again, like I say, or I give a money back guarantee, so you got nothing to lose with us, with me. So I want people to use it. I discount them. These retail for, you know, between $1,000 to $1,700 elsewhere. I searched the world to try to find a replacement for it. I found a few other companies that produce a unit that does cold oxygen plasma. They cost 3 times as much. They do only less than 1,000 square feet. That's how I know it's not the same technology. The speed that it does it and the amount of square footage that it will do. So
What's the name of the company that builds your machine?
Biozone Scientific International.
And the other thing is you can't buy units from them either.
No,
they're
but
they
they
deal
can
with
do
companies.
check out.
Yeah.
We have a website too, UVC Health Solutions. Check my website. I'm when I sent Michelle, I sent you a lot of information right off of the Biozone
Yeah,
information.
there's a lot of information. You'll
I
you
sent
like
you.
that website. There's a lot of data. There's a lot of and they show which labs have tested the product and what certifications they have. They show a whole bunch of information that will satisfy your requirement for doing your due diligence.
Yeah, they've been endorsed by EPA, USDA, FDA. And I'm more than happy to send anybody the lab tests, because these lab tests are incredible. Incredible when you see the lab test, the certification on what it did and how fast it did it, literally.
I have another question. Do you have a payment plan? Because for like $600, could I buy it on like PayPal credit, for example?
Yeah, in fact, Michelle, I just saw it. Yeah, PayPal has a 12 pay plan too. So I'm sure we can get set up on that for you. I just got that in the email just the other day, matter of fact. I didn't talk to Michelle about it yet. But to answer your question,
like through a firm, AFFIRM or PayPal credit?
It's PayPal, but I think it requires a credit card that they take and they put it through every month, you know, to whatever amount you agree upon. So,
Right.
but I'm sure we can work that out. Not an issue.
I'm interested. I'll tell you why. I'm interested in this idea because I understand what you're talking about, and I know that I'm an older woman, and that my immune system is like slowing down, so to speak. And I do know that purification on every front you can get it on, like water, cosmetics, your sheets, food you eat, everything and anything that can detoxify matters. It really does.
You hit a subject that I had never brought up, but cosmetics are very toxic. Women don't know that. There's so many VOCs and toxins in that. And one thing that we haven't discussed it, we'll do another thing, but the number one health hazard in your home is your mattress. The number one health hazard in life at home is your mattress.
Dust mites.
No, not just dust mites. Dust mites are only one of them. When they build, I own furniture stores for years, and mattresses are loaded with flame retardant chemicals and stain resistant chemicals, and it builds up bacteria from just use.
Wow.
An average person sweats 26 gallons a year. There's 19 million bites of dust of bacteria per square inch in a mattress. That's why I tell people, when you buy one of these units, leave your beds unmade at least once a week. Leave your closet doors open if you have dry cleaning and stuff.
Well, do you think this machine would actually help an older mattress, or are you talking about new ones that are currently like filled with toxins?
Well, an old mattress is full
I
of
didn't
toxins.
say old. I said older.
Older. No, what I recommend doing to people is vacuuming the bed very, very good. Okay. See, it's not the dust mite that hurts you. A dust mite, you can have anywhere from 8 million to 10 million dust mites in a mattress. They defecate 20 times a day. It's their fecal protein in their dead decaying bodies which is the #1 cause of asthma, allergies, eczema, skin conditions. There's so many conditions that comes from your mattress that people have no concept, no idea. Okay. If you can, if you send me your email address, I can forward you information.
Share what
Mine's just uvcoldplasma@gmail.com.
Okay.
Right. And I can send you information.
Okay.
But yeah, I tell people that there's science has proven globally 25% of the world is being toxins from textiles. Textiles have more chemicals in them. They don't go away. When you wash your clothes, like when you printed the flowers and stuff, there's a lot of toxins in there, and it's permanent. We don't have enough time. I could go on for hours,
yeah, you
but
could go on
anyhow,
forever and ever.
yeah.
Thanks for asking the question, Arden. It's good questions, you know.
Yes, thank you.
It's
Really interesting.
yeah,
you.
it is. And I think that I was just asking when I first heard about it, I was surprised that you don't see it everywhere, you know, because to me it's almost like an air conditioner in heat. You need to have this for your health. And the other thing is that your house is more toxic than the air outside because of the concentration of everything that's in the house.
But it is the home. I mean, science has proven beyond a
Right.
shadow of a doubt.
It's much more worse than being outside. So if you think you
Yes.
have allergies outside, well, then wait until, you know,
Well, then people, their work environment has different chemicals in your work environment. If you're working in an office, then you come home, you get in your car and you're breathing those, and you come home into your home environment. So it builds up. I mean, it's proven.
I would like to see where, you know, we can get some business owners to start using some of this in the offices and in their
Well, I do near me, you know, I mean, I do have people
right.
that I've sold to for
And then
years.
so if you can get more and more people using these units, then we'll all have a safer environment, you know, homework and all that. So anyways, let's move on. So that's the information for the allergies and on the cold plasma technology for today. So now let's move a bit into now the sparkle part of it. So for what I do, what I wanted to do is make it more well, I'm excited about having gone through season 1 with the podcast. So for that, what I wanted to do was reward or, you know, appreciate people who are subscribing and coming on. We're not, you know, popular yet because it's just a matter of numbers. However, for anybody who registers for a Zoom call for one of the podcasts, that's so I can get the email address, and then who subscribes to the channel, the Sparkle Experience Show, at the Sparkle Experience Show, there's a special offer that's exclusive to subscribers, and that is to sign up for a weekly group Sparkle call with me, and that will be every Saturday if you want to take advantage of it at 7 a.m. Pacific. It's about a half-hour call because Sparkle doesn't have to take a lot of time. And it's only going to be for $19.97 a month. So you get in at that price and you stay in at that price for as long as you stay subscribed for the weekly group Sparkle. If you know what it is that I do, then you will understand the significance of this price. Ron,
Michelle,
I have a question for you. I had a question for you. You know, I'm curious as to why it is that you want to, you know, work with me on this whole, you know, getting your product out to the masses.
Well, first I want to tell them how my experience went with you, because I'm kind of a skeptic in a lot of things. But Michelle offered, I have had PTSD. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I've had insomnia. And so Michelle gave me, I call it one treatment to try it out. And I've never been so relaxed in my mind. You know, I mean, my mind seemed a lot clearer. A lot of things just left my body. And actually, it was kind of funny. After the whole thing was, I just started tearing up. I just felt so kind of almost relieved, a kind of a relieved experience. And felt like kind of a weight was lifted off of my shoulders a little bit too, so I believe she has mystical powers. I'm trying to get her to adopt me.
You're so funny. But anyway, it's this thing where I see what this unit can do. It can help everyone to be healthier, including myself. I'm really looking forward to getting the unit. And then from there, we can go and I can, when I do the sparkle with everyone, it just gets you to faster to where it is you can get to go with the energy work that I do. So that is a special for the joining and subscribing and sharing the message to come on to the show and get the nuggets of wisdom, because normally we have other guests on the call to share different, their expertise on different topics, whether it be health, wealth, or tech. We have Jade here with us. She's just sitting because she was en route back here to her home when we started. And Jade will cover the tech a lot of times. And we also have other people coming on to share that with us as well. So that's what I wanted to share for today. And just to say that I think that, if we can help ourselves to feel healthier, to be healthier, to connect with ourselves more, to actually learn how to use, say, the computer system, or how to think of things differently, to have different perspectives on what we're dealing with in life, it can help us to actually show up being a better CEO of ourselves, being in control, being happy, so being at peace. So that's what I'd love when people come on and come away with some of that. And so we're up to about 10 to 6 right now. So I wanted to see if anybody's interested in a sparkle.
Michelle, I also would offer a discount for anybody that does sign up, where I would sell them the Moby Zone for half off too, to entice them to try, because they could start with a Moby Zone for only $149 too. So
what you're saying is they come into this, they subscribe, they register for the Zoom call, so we can get the email address, they subscribe, and then once they do that, they'll have the ability to buy with a 50% off.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, on the car unit, or I would work out maybe free freight or something on the PR units for them to sign up with you too. I believe in what you're doing, and I think people should too. So, mind, body, and soul, between you taking care of the mind and we taking care of all the physical ailments that they could possibly get, I think they should live a longer, healthier life. Like I said, I don't have an ache and pain in my body. I'm going to be pushing 80, so I think that says a lot.
Wow, does say a lot.
Especially when all my friends are dead. So.
Well,
they didn't buy a machine.
Yeah, we want to get this out to people. So I love that you're offering that special, and we'll have to share that message. And the other thing is, if you invite other people to subscribe and share the link and like and comment on the videos and help share that and get it out there, then it will certainly help us, because as you said, the unit is a lot more if you try and get it elsewhere, if you can find it elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't found them elsewhere. And a lot of people, will sell something phony too. So these are special. I mean, when I say this is the only company in the world that holds the patent to this exact technology, there is nothing else like it out there.
And they do use it up in the space station.
Well, they've used it on, with NASA for years. They tested on the International Space Station years ago. So it's used. You can find it in industry. For Rolls-Royce uses it. This is what they treat their cars with before they paint them. This process is used in the plating industry for years. That machines that cost thousands and thousands of dollars, because once the surface is treated with it, it makes everything adhere to it easier, flows better, less issues with it. But you can read all about that. It's been used for years in industry. That's why I tell people there's no way this will ever be sold over the counter, because you would not understand. There's no way to explain, because to the layman, it looks like just an air purifier.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's no way to describe it on a box. So
That's awesome. So let's get into the sparkle segment then. How about that?
go for it.
Go for it. Alrighty. So let's connect to source and everybody just visualize that there's a beautiful light coming from the heavens and just allow that energy to come in. See it as a sparkling, shimmering light that's streaming through. Just allow that energy to go everywhere within your body, all in and around and about, and just let it go to all the nooks and crannies wherever it needs to go. And just allow whatever needs to be released go through the window, through the doors, through the cord at the bottom of your feet to your very own special crystal, where it can get nourished, it can get grounded, it can get the energy of the earth, healing energy into it. And then once that's cleansed and purified, allow that energy from the crystal to come back up to join this beautiful light already circulating in your body from the heavens. Just to breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings, all the light, all the nourishment, all the wisdom from this beautiful cosmic source and energy. And then breathe out everything that does not serve you. Let it go through the cord at the bottom of your feet if it wishes to do that. And just breathe in. See yourself, your beautiful self. Send love to yourself, your organs, your heart. Send love out to those who you love. And just allow yourself to breathe in all the goodness, all the blessings. Welcome all good. Be open to receiving all that's good that's coming to you right now. Allow yourself to let this energy come to you, to give you some energy for the week and the days ahead. And then just breathe out all the things that are not serving you through the window, through the doors, through the cord at the bottom of your feet. Okay, how is that? What did you notice today, Ron?
But I need a martini.
You need a martini, do you?
Well, I'm all, I just relaxed, I mean, when I close my eyes, I meditate,
Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's great. That's really good. So, anyways, that concludes the Sparkle Show for today. I hope you're all feeling charged up a little bit or relaxed at least. And thank you for joining us today. Ron, thank you for coming on and sharing your
Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you.
and I really look forward to the next episode and as we figure out what different topics we're going to talk about, because we'll be covering a little bit about all the different things that this oxygen, cold oxygen plasma can help with on the different shows. And Jade, anything you'd like to add today?
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
All right. First of all, I'm planning on doing a 5-day Start Your Business Challenge for people who are interested. I'll send out information and give Michelle information for that for the next show. It should be the last week of August, I believe, 26th through the 30th.
Okay, that's awesome. I'll be traveling, but that's great.
Oh, sure.
Where you going?
And you can always, I'll have replays and everything available for those who aren't able to participate live. Other than that, I've been always working on more tech stuff. And we've revamped a lot of the Sparkle Experience show. If you'll notice, the look is a little bit different, and we've tried to make it a bit smoother and easier to use overall and clearer for people to understand. So good for everybody.
Right, and if for anybody who wants to check out the units, they are available on the website under the guest tab. You can get to it there. And so again, there are benefits to joining and subscribing to the channel. And so we hope that you've enjoyed the show and that you've learned a lot. And again, thanks for coming on, Ron, and for Jade, thanks for dropping in. Thank you, and see you again. The next show will be August 7, 14, 20, 21st. So we'll see you then.
Thank
Bye.
you.
We'll see you next time.